They did it. Finally. Finally. The team has done it. Philly has done it. Finally. They beat Kansas City and they whooped them in the process. Like, this was never a close game. Right after that first touchdown drive, you could just tell, like, this team is dominating right now, and they're going to maybe continue to do so. Which was not I don't think anyone's plan to see Philly walk in and just beat the heck out of them like they did. We knew this game was going to be, they knew Philly was going to be able to put up enough points. I didn't expect this defense to do this good. I mean, I knew this defense was good, but not this level. Like, they were just taking everything away. Mahomes looked mediocre out there for about 3 quarters. He really did just look mediocre out there, and I did not expect that from a player of his caliber. A guy who's supposed to raise up his expectations, his game in the biggest of moments. He had sucked this game. He sucked. So it's a bit surprising to see that happen. And also, like, nothing went well for Kansas City running the ball. They couldn't block. They got overpowered by Philly. They said the refs aren't going to play a part of this. Even though after a very questionable first part of the game, I think Philly got a makeup call at one point, the whole Dallas Goedert thing, which never happens. And then overall, the penalties went in their favor. And this is what happens when Kansas City finally gets some stuff to go against them. They get hooked. And then I'm not saying that Philly was just outright getting calls in their favor. Most stuff was actually genuine, but a little 50-50 stuff was going in their favor. Let's just be honest. Which is perfectly fine. That usually happens in football. They just happened to kill Kansas City once that happened, which was beautiful to watch. They were up as much as 40-6 on them. 40-6. That's unheard of on Kansas City. And they made it look easy. Jalen Hurts just kept cooking the entire time. But also, if you're Mahomes, you can't give the ball to them in that situation, that close. You gave him a pick 6 to Cooper DeJean. Shout out to the boy Cooper DeJean, the brother. And then you have an easy pick, not an easy pick, but he threw it right over the middle of the field. And it was picked off right there. Great catch by that guy who's bald. Shout out to that guy. He got signed mid-season. Shout out to him for that interception. And A.J. Brown balled out today. I think he had like 2 touchdowns or something like that. Great stuff. Great stuff. You couldn't ask for a better performance. I don't think Saquon got into the end zone at all, but I don't think he has a big problem with that. He did a very good job today. They just stopped him. They just made sure he wasn't going to do anything. And because of that, he had to use in other ways. And he had a good catch at one point. But it was a Jalen Hurts show today, offensively. Jalen Hurts had one really bad interception, but even then they got pinned back very, very deep, and the defense just showed themselves again being a beast. If the entire defense could have got the MVP, I think they could have. I think they would have. But that's not how that works. It goes most valuable player, and that's what Hurts was today. Very, very good job today. He just ran all over them. They stopped Barkley, but they could never stop Jalen. And that was kind of the story of the game offensively. They could never stop him. The A.J. Brown connection was very, very strong. Devontae Smith had a very, very just solidifying catch. Got a 34-0 at one point it was. This is insane. I've not seen a Super Bowl quite like this since the Broncos Seahawks. Because that game was supposed to be really, really close, and then went to a blowout for Seattle's favor. And similar here. And I know the score says 21-40 or 22-40. It really wasn't that close. It was never even remarkably that close. It was a 34-point game at one point. Like, that's the game. That was how the game went. 34-point game. That's how the differential was. Mahomes tried to do stuff late. Just never could get it going. Of course he didn't. But it was very surprising. Well, Hopkins dropped the wide open pass in the first half. That maybe could have got them some momentum. But, they could never be consistent. Shout out to Philadelphia for what they did today. They did a beautiful job what they had to do. Thank you. Mahomes can go suck himself off. I don't know what he can do. He can do something else right now. Mahomes, and you have the Kelsey and Taylor. Let's see if the relationship actually holds up. I doubt that. But we'll see what happens there. Taylor doesn't like to date losers. And it looks like Travis has won right now. So, haha. And this probably might be the last title of the Kansas City reign, which I'm hoping for. I am, because Philly looks extremely dominant right now. And I'd rather Philly dominate than Kansas City. So, that's my saves right now. Shout out to Jalen Hurts being a national champion in football and a champion in college and pro. Shout out to him for that. And shout out to Barkley for finally getting a ring. Thank you. Shout out to you. Shout out to Howie Roseman. Shout out to Nick Sirianni. Shout out to all the guys out there for dominating. You're doing a good job. And yeah, hope you have a great day, y'all. Stay safe. And funny enough, the closest team to beat Philly on this title run was the Rams. Funny. But yeah, hope you have a great day, y'all. Stay safe. Remember, God bless you all, and shout out to Philly.